Hello, welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. I'm Wayne Highlander, National Sales Manager for Bona Adhesives.
And I'm Rob Johnson from Bona Training.
Hey, Rob, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Have you ever been burned out?
Never.
I'm not buying that at all. You've never been burned out?
Yeah, I have. Actually, it was I got it last year. I think I had done 13 or 14 travel weeks in a row, and I could feel I was getting a little burned out.
Yeah.
But on a side note, hey, you sound great. You sound really good.
I feel good, man. I feel good. You know something? I just had a vacation. I had 5 days off, 4 days off, plus 2 days on the weekend. And I've not taken time off since the pandemic started. This is the first, and I did not realize how much I needed it and how great it felt. And I always want to say, you know what, I'm good, man. I mean, my guys always take vacations before I do, and I, you know what, I'll power through it and whatever. But I'm telling you, Rob, I feel fantastic after having those days off. I really, really do, and I'm surprised how good it made me feel.
I was wondering if you were getting burnt out, and maybe that's why you were getting sick there.
Well, that's what my wife said. Maybe there's something to it. I told you I could go years without getting sick, and I got sick like 3 times back to back in a year, this year. So that never happens to me.
Man, I know you're busy. I know you are a busy man. When the heck do you have time to sleep?
Well, I like what I do, man. So I usually I don't need a lot of sleep or a lot of rest. I feel like I bounce back, but shoot, maybe
That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, maybe I like I said, I was surprised. I really, really felt so rested and relaxed when I came back, and it was a great time away. And I actually just forgot. There was 2 days there, forgot everything about work, and I can't tell you when that's happened last. So this show is going to be about signs of burnout.
Signs of burnout.
And this has been a tough 2 years on everybody in the world. If you're hip to anything that's going on, I mean, there's so many things going on, not including work, and then that affects all aspects of your life. With the well, we didn't have to go into it. We all know I'm almost tired of talking about it. But
like Patton said, we don't need to pay for that real estate twice.
Yeah. What was the other expression? Well, we don't want to hear about the labor pains. We just want to see the baby. Perfect,
huh?
You guys told that to your daughter yesterday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I can't wait to say that to her.
Yes. If she starts.
Oh my God! I hope I remember that one.
Yes. We don't want to hear about the labor pains. We just want to see the baby.
When we were talking about doing this show, and I started, looking at, what's the name of the show again? Signs of Burnout.
Yeah.
Well, I found more stuff. I mean, I found a bunch of stuff that we can talk about, but it took me down a whole rabbit hole that I wanted to talk to you about, especially where you're a team leader, is noticing burnout on your guys. And I was thinking about how many crews that have had come to trainings over the past couple of years who have just been, right up against it, as busy as, they could work every day if they wanted. And, you see it sometimes with sport guys too. Once they start getting towards Labor Day, it's been a lot of 2-3 weeks in a row of working. I think this is something too that you might want to be looking at your team and looking for burnout on them too.
Yeah. I wonder when you see crews come in for a Monday class or whatever, do you get a sense that they're dragging, that they're tired, that they've got here and they've been working a ton of hours? Do you pick up on that at all?
No, nope. No, I don't. I know they have been, but a lot of times when they come to the training, I'm really amazed too, because I think I've seen a change in training where before, maybe 5 or 6, 7 years ago, guys were kind of forced to come to training. And it's not like that at all anymore. It's like guys have, put this on their calendar. Like they've been looking forward to the training. Because I think coming to the training is also a little bit of that break where they're just pounding, 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 no time to catch your breath. So
Hate days like that. So I was in Seattle this week, and I was doing a training, and on adhesives, and there was a guy in the classroom was yawning like every few minutes he was yawning, and he was trying his best not to yawn in front of me. You know what I mean? And I felt for him because we've all been there. And he's like looking away, he's looking down and whatever, but he's dying. He wants to fall asleep so
you see
bad.
the neck muscles right here straining.
Yes,
Right? Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Mhm. And he was trying so bad. So what I got done, he came up to me, he goes, "Hey man, I apologize, man. I'll stand outside. I'm just tired, and it's nothing. I started laughing. I said, dude, you don't have to apologize for anything, man. I know it's not me. It's you." Uh,
There's no
man,
way it can be you.
come on, how can it be
I'll
me?
tell you what, though, I do feel for the guys who come to training. They'll train all day long, give it their all, and then go to work that night.
Yeah,
And you see that a lot where they're not traveling, where they're local. I've seen a lot of guys. That's
that's
a
dedication.
floor man. That's
Yeah, yeah.
that's the floor man in them.
All right, so let's talk about signs of burnout. You sent me a list that was describing me every day. I think this is just my natural state.
As I was writing this up, I was like, "Yeah, Wayne,
Yeah,
Wayne, Wayne, Wayne."
yeah, yeah, it's him.
Yeah, I mean, when you start really looking at these, it's almost like another top 10 list of signs of burnout.
Hmm. Well, and for people that own their own business, I mean, gosh, we both have, we know that routine, man, and it is no surprise or shock at all. I'd say a lot of business owners are in a constant state of burnout for a lot of their lives. You know what I mean? Especially with lack of employees and what have you. So, um, I talk to, and you do the same, talk to people that say, "Oh, we don't work weekends." And I never knew how it was possible to be in this business and not work weekends. I admire them. I think they're so lucky and probably smart to do that because we worked a ton of weekends. And you keep doing that, I don't care how nobody's superhuman. It's going to affect you. But let's look at some of the signs of burnout, and then maybe talk about some ways around it. Because I do have some things that definitely has helped me over the years. So go ahead.
All right, number one, headaches.
You see, I'm drinking water right now.
Yes.
I used to get headaches all the time, and finally I went to a doctor, and he asked me how much water I drink, and he goes, "You are not even coming close to the amount of water you need to drink, and you really, really need to drink a lot more water." And I make an effort now to do that. So if you do get a lot of headaches, being dehydrated is a real thing, and it affects you, and it definitely has helped my life. Just a small thing, but in a way, it's a big thing. So headaches is a big time sign.
You know something? I can't believe you said water, because that was something that changed my life, was drinking more water than coffee in a day. I'm a huge coffee drinker. And how many bottles of water you drink a day? I drink 6.
I try to do 6 to 8 now a day.
Yeah.
When I would go days without drinking any water. I was like a camel, bro.
But now, the funny part about drinking water all the time, now right away, I know when I got to drink water. I feel it.
Well, I thought you were going to go a different way, and I'll go that way. As you get older, like if I know I'm going to be on a plane flight, I ain't drinking no water. because and you know every night I got to get up twice to go pee. It seems like, and if I get on a flight now, I'm not drinking water up when it gets close to time to get on a plane.
Wow, that's really showing your age there.
Well, I'm just trying to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Where are you going to go to the bathroom?
Number 2 on your list I see is negativity. Don't you look at me. Don't you look at me.
That negativity, overly critical. No, Wayne, I'm looking just over your shoulder. I wouldn't
All right.
stare at you for something like that.
All right. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's bound to bound to affect you, and which means that it also more than likely affects other people. So negativity and being overly critical, and I can't wait till we get to the things you can do to kind of get out of this.
Oh, I got a bunch of good ones.
Yeah, so hang in there because
Yeah, we start off
definitely.
with the negatives, but
Yeah.
we're gonna leave you on a high note.
hmm the next one is unexplained exhaustion, and you know how you got to get that floor coated. It's 1,000 square feet, and you got to get it coated. And you Monday you're busting. You got to get a certain point, and Tuesday, and you just came from back to back, and you didn't have any days off. And well, you ever get to that one day where now you just got to put the coat on, but you're so tired. You know what I mean? It's all you could do to get that coat on, and even after that, you really haven't done much that day. You're just tired. Your body needs a chance to catch up, mentally and physically. So these things and then if this keeps going on another week, it's just not any fun. And I feel guilty saying this because I know a lot of floor guys right now go, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I got to get these jobs. I don't have any help, and I totally respect that. And I was that guy too. So, but unexplained exhaustion, it's funny because now when we sit down to watch Netflix, my wife and I, and let's say a series, we binge watch something, and she goes, "What do you want to watch next?" I go, "You might as well pick it because I fall asleep 15 minutes into every episode, and I'll start watching something and a brand new series. I go, all right, brand new series. Okay, come on, Wayne, stay awake. All right, go." And she'll turn it on like 15 minutes, like the episode's over. I wake up, it's over, and I go, oh well, shoot, she's watching another show now. So
I don't have Pauline and I do not have that. Pauline, I've seen Pauline get ready for bed when it's still light out. I've seen her just look at me, and I can tell too. I can tell her face starts to droop.
that's
And as
nice.
soon as I see that droopy face, I'm like, good night. Good night. It happened last night. I looked at her, I started laughing. I go, wow, the droops are coming in early today. She goes, yeah, because she watches the boys during the day.
Yeah.
And one is 3 and the other is 5, and they just want to run. They don't want to sit and read all day. They're in the pool, they're running. I mean, so I could tell she gets tired. And but the joke was last night, I said, well, it looks like you're going to bed. Droops in, huh? She goes, how many more Reachers are you going to watch tonight? I said, I got to watch 3 Reachers tonight, and then I'm done. So
That's the way you roll.
So maybe Judy and I should hang out, and you and Pauline can hit the hay kind of early.
There you go. Yeah.
Have you seen that Reacher?
No, I've been hearing about it, but I have not seen it. Is it good?
It was awesome. Matter of fact, I finished it last night, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get into the second season. I thought it's been around forever. It just came in this year. The season 2 doesn't come out till winter of 23. So yeah.
All right, let's through some of these pretty quickly and to get to the other side because they're depressing.
Irritability.
Yeah.
Irritability. Yeah. Wasn't I just kind of irritating you right then?
A little bit, yeah. I felt like we need to pick it up, but I didn't want to be overly critical or negative about it.
This is really going to change you, I think. You're going to really start to look like.
Maybe so.
But we keep talking about this, and now I'm thinking, well, what do the guys on your team look like? What do the guys on your crew? Are they going through this?
No,
real big kind of character changes, for a guy who's always a glasses half full guy, as he turned into a glasses half, because if he has, it's definitely going to affect his work.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I've got the greatest bunch of guys to work with, Rob. I'm so blessed, man. And I just hired another guy up in the Seattle area, Oregon, Portland, Western Canada. He's a phenomenal rep. He's going to be a stud, man. And I just look around the room when I pinch myself. My guys are just great. I have no reason to complain, man. They're good guys.
You hire a Canadian?
No, he's American,
Okay.
but he'll go up into Canada. But no, so we manage it pretty well. We talk about it a lot, and there's a lot on their plates, as you know. But we get through it.
You
All
got a
right.
great team. You really do have a great team. All you need to do is get rid of Mark Raymond, and your team is the best team in Bona. Don't you think?
I'll never let him quit. If he sends me his resignation letter, I'm gonna refuse it.
Yeah. No.
You're not quitting.
No.
No,
Can't
he'll
go.
be the only guy that couldn't quit a job. I'm not gonna let it happen.
Wayne, I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. I'm sorry, I cannot accept that.
The hell you are. All right, what else?
Insomnia, changes in sleep habits.
Yep.
Another sign of burnout.
Yep. Again, what are you looking at me for?
Well, I was thinking,
I don't
maybe
sleep.
I have it because sometimes, I'll toss and turn for 2 or 3 minutes a night and just don't know what I'm going to do,
2 or 3 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you sleep good?
Oh, man, I sleep really good. Drives Pauline crazy.
I think you've got a charmed life.
I really do.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
Yes. You're younger than me. I don't want to ask your age, but you're 60.
Turned
yeah.
60. We did a whole show about me.
So you're a little bit younger than me. I don't sleep very well at all. I don't know why. I don't think it's work related. I just think it's life related.
Have you ever slept well?
Yeah, I did. When I was a flooring contractor, I slept well, but as I've gotten older, it's less and less so. Physically ill, did we talk about that one?
No, we didn't hit physically ill. Yes.
That one is another sign: inadequateness and hopelessness. Yeah, I mean, that's I hope that's later stages of burnout. Being numb and apathetic, I think that all plays in. Okay, so we got it all out there. All right.
No, we didn't. I think my favorite one, especially looking right at you, endless anxiety.
Yeah, it all comes with the territory. I mean, so you could change that word anxiety and put it concern in there and work, and then I don't think there's a lot of things in that word anxiety I don't think are all bad. That's just part of preparation. Call it that.
Talking about your sleep habits, where were you sleeping in California? I know you're in your was that your mother-in-law's house?
Yes. All right.
Does she have a nice bed?
All right. Hey, easy.
She's gone, man.
I know. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So, no, there was no furniture in the house.
No furniture.
No, zero furniture in the house.
So, where were you sleeping?
For 7 nights, I slept on the floor with a sleeping bag. Now, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to do this now that you brought this up. It's not that I'm cheap. Yeah, it's not that at all. And it's that I look at it like this. If I spent the night in the Bay Area at a hotel, it's going to cost me $175, $200, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wasn't working, because 5 of those days I was on vacation, if I can make one sacrifice and not get a hotel because he has a shower there and sleep on the floor, I give that money to an animal shelter. and that way, that's
Oh,
I don't have to. So I don't want to make that big deal about it. That's why. So, but I'll tell you what, I missed when I finally got into a hotel and got into bed. It was pretty damn nice.
I can't believe you didn't buy a camping cot or an inflatable bed or something like that. You just sack out on the floor.
Yeah, but you know what, man? That's okay. It don't hurt to sacrifice once in a while, man. If you don't see the if you if you never had any rain, you never appreciate the sunshine or whatever they say it is. I had no problem, man. I was totally fine with
Yeah, you get some hobo in you, man.
it. Yeah, a little bit,
I
a
mean,
little bit.
you slept on the floor a lot when you were with Bona.
Oh, when I had my training centers,
Yes.
yes, I
I'll
slept
never
on.
forget the first time I walked into that training center and I saw a bed. I think you had an inflatable bed or something in there.
No, it wasn't an inflatable one, but it was like it rolled out and kind of puffed up. I spent a lot of nights.
You spent a ton of nights sleeping in there. I couldn't believe it. I remember the one night I really felt bad for you. And I said, my room has two beds. You're more than welcome to join me. And not sure why you didn't, but you stuck it out again, man.
I've slept in the Sprinter van many nights out out in Arkansas between hotels or whatever, and or it's like by the time I get somewhere, it's like 2 in the morning. I'm never gonna get a hotel and pay $200 2 in the morning. I gotta get up in 3 or 4 hours, so I just slept in the back of the van. All right, so I don't do that anymore.
You know the worst place I ever slept?
Where?
Chicago Midway Airport.
I've spent a lot of nights in airports.
Oh,
Yeah, that's miserable.
that was misery. That
Yeah.
was at one point I just sat up and said, all right, forget it. I'm not
Well,
even
yeah,
try to lay
yeah.
down anymore. This is
And then you start walking around. You just start trying to kill time walking around like a loser because you can't sleep. Everything is closed. All right, so
let's
so
talk
now
about ways to overcome.
100%. Well, there's different stages of burnout. Do you want to talk about those first, or
I
we
didn't know
just
there was different stages.
yeah? But we can bypass them because they're also doesn't matter. They're all kind of depressing too. So so how do you get past them, Rob?
Well, I'm gonna just bang off I'm gonna bang off four right away to help you get past this depression. I'm just gonna go through
Okay.
these quick. Start drinking heavily,
Yeah.
illegal drugs.
Yeah.
It's maybe taking up smoking,
There you go.
and
That's
just eat a ton of food after midnight.
all good stuff.
Huh? There you
All good
go.
stuff.
I mean, I just cured everybody.
Very, very short term, but all good stuff. All right. Let me throw. You go ahead and throw one out there, and I'll do the same.
Okay, when we were writing this, I thought, oh, this is just way too negative. I'm going to look into some of the positives. Well, this one I really liked. Talk to someone close to you that you can brainstorm with.
Now,
Family, friend, a loved one. I know this ain't your deal, man. Go ahead.
no, it's not. Well, you said brainstorm. Now, brainstorm is different than. So, because you said brainstorm, I might be okay with it.
Thank you. You didn't like that one though, did you? I can tell.
I'd be concerned if I get on the phone and go, hey man, I don't know, man, I'm really feeling kind of burned out
Oh,
right
no,
now. I go, I'm sorry, I'm
no.
sorry. Oh, look at the time, I gotta go.
No way would I ever do something
Okay.
like that on the phone.
Okay, you know why? Because men don't do that. All right, men don't do that. That's a problem. That's why men don't age very well. And men later in life in society, we don't do fair as well as women. So you are right to do that, to be a man. But really, it's probably not good for you. I don't think I'd be a very good psychiatrist. Look, man, you got to man up. I mean, all right, I'm hearing your problems because you're paying me, but no one else wants to hear your problems, man. So
Have you seen this guy on Instagram called Be a Man?
No.
Be a Man Mafia.
No.
Robbie, the kid who used to work with me, who's now in PM, he sends me this. It's a guy from Boston. He sends me this thing and he goes, "This guy is you." He goes, "You got to start watching it." Okay. It's called Boston, Be a Man, one word. And the guy just gets up there and he does like a 20-second clip, like, I'll say one. If you're having a heart attack at the gym, finish your workout. Be a man.
Okay. Yeah.
If you go into Home Depot and you buy a bunch of lumber, don't use a cart. Put it on your shoulder. Be a man.
Nice.
And I started, you get really, you start watching these and it's kind of funny because there's a lot that I know that you would go, "Oh my God, that's me."
I'll check that out. That actually sounds pretty damn funny.
It's called Boston, Be a Man, one word. And it's absolute crack up. I mean, it's some funny stuff.
I used to travel with a guy that, how bags have rollers on them now?
Yeah.
At airports? Like, he would never use them.
Right.
Because he thought it was like, yeah, man you don't do that. You can't.
That could be a man. Right.
Yeah. But, okay.
Yeah.
So what did you say? Call someone and brainstorm with them.
Call someone, brainstorm.
Okay.
Let them, maybe they know something you don't know. This is how we're going to combating. What's the name of this one?
Memory
Burnout.
loss. Yeah.
That's why I don't have burnout. I can't remember anything.
Yeah,
So
there you
it's
go.
like,
Yeah.
hey, every day's a new day.
I'm going to say to combat burnout, I'm going to say something that, people, if you would have told me this 20 years ago, I went, I don't know about that. Go for a walk. I will tell you something. Over the weekend, I probably walked, without exaggerating, 8 miles a day for 2 days of the days I was on vacation. And Rob, I'll tell you what, it has been the most relaxing thing. And then I thought when I lived in California, I would never go for a walk like this. I'd be looking at my watch going, I don't have that kind of time. It would take too long. But going for a walk was actually very, very nice and relaxing. And I appreciated places I used to zoom by in the car. Now I'm walking and I'm, you know what I mean? And even though I walk fast, I really, really enjoy it. It was very relaxing to me. So I'm going to put down walking as number one.
I want you to back up a little bit what you just said about you never had time to walk before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of this whole thing about burnout, right? You got to make some time here.
Yeah.
Or you're never going to get out of it. If you don't put aside some time to help get out of the burnout circle here, just like you said, I look at my watch, I don't have time to go for a walk. I got this, and this. Well, that's it. It's got you. You're never going to get out.
Yeah. Very, very, very well said. All right. When we go again, you got one?
You sound surprised.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm well, actually, kind of. A little bit.
I thought that. Yeah.
That was good stuff. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. What else?
Read. Pick up a book and read. Give you a little escape.
I put down read a book as well, but if I'm stressed out and worried, whatever, it's very hard for me to take the time to slow down and read. I'm just thinking back to when I was a contractor. I think I would have a hard time with that one because and this is a really good book, but it's probably good advice. And I said I wrote the same thing down too, but I honestly don't know if I would do that one. Just being honest.
But you wrote that one down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be a riot is when the kids listen to this and say, Dad, when's the last time you've ever read a book? Was it this century? Have you done one?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell them, I don't have that burnout thing.
Yeah. When it happens, you'll read a book.
Someday.
Yes.
Right.
All right. The next one I definitely I like a lot is listen to music. Put the headphones on, and this is going to surprise you. There's a movie called The Descendants, and the soundtrack is Hawaiian music. And when I got back from work the other day, Judy was listening to it outside and she had a drink. And she goes, "You want me to make you a drink?" I said, "Great." We listen to this music. I'll be damned if it was the most relaxing Hawaiian music that I've ever heard. So the soundtrack is called The Descendants. And I'm telling you, Rob, it was like I was in heaven. And it's a lot
Was
of
was it a movie?
yeah, but I don't even know about the movie. But I just listened to the soundtrack, and it
Uh-huh.
was very relaxing, really nice. And now there's a caveat to that. I have a friend who's going through some stuff right now, and I said, "Hey, you know what, man? I listened to this, man. You might want to check this out. Maybe you like it." And his text message was like, "I don't like this whatsoever." So different strokes for different folks. But anyhow, listening to music of whatever kind, music is a great mood elevator or motivator or a changer or whatever. To me, I enjoy music a lot, and that one does help me.
Well, there's two that we both had. You were talking about walking. I had put down exercise. So that's the same. And you just said music. And I put down take a break from news and social media and listen to some music.
Okay, well, there's some stuff to talk about there. Number one, exercise is different than walking to me, because I also started going to the gym in the morning every day about 5 o'clock, and that is definitely what. Why did I get a bill for that?
Every time you mention your gym workout, I get
All
the
right,
bell.
all right, cool. I'm telling you, that has definitely helped me. Number one, I'm up early in the morning. I feel like I'm done. I'm ready to attack the day. I've got that out of the way, and it made me feel a whole lot better. And I'm not lifting anymore. I know it's hard to believe, looking at me, but I only do the elliptical stuff now, or the treadmill, and I'm telling you, Rob, it has definitely made me feel better.
Are you sure you're not lifting the way you're filling out that shirt?
I know, it's hard to believe.
Damn, you're just naturally buff.
Yeah, yeah. Not true. I'll tell you, I have one down that you probably don't have down, but I did this the other day, and I'll be damned if I really, really enjoyed it. Watch a kid's baseball game. Just go to a game and sit down and watch kids enjoy the game, because it reminds you of when you were a kid, and you see just the kids just are having a blast, man, and that's very relaxing to me.
Listen, here's what I want you to do. You said you don't follow me on Instagram. I thought you did.
Okay, sorry.
Pull out your phone, go to Instagram, look up Rob Johnson 9663. Now, today there's a picture of the little girl, Charlotte, but I posted something over the weekend. I want you to take a look at it.
Okay. It looks like I do follow you, but I've never looked at any of your stuff. Okay, I got it. I see it.
Read that.
Well, I see the baby. Again,
Right.
congrats. And there's nothing to read. It's videos.
Really?
Well, yeah,
Of my two grandsons playing baseball?
yeah,
The picture of them, it's videos?
yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not a video. Sorry. Bittersweet end to the season. Always hate when the season ends, but what an ending. Luke's team was shorthanded, so Jack gets the call to move up the mini minors. The boys both went 3 for 3 and knocked each other in for the RB. What a great end to the season. And Luke wore Ted Williams' number this season. Great session. Very proud of you boys both. That's pretty cool.
For the last 12 weeks, I've got to spend every Sunday at the Little League field. When you were saying just going and watching kids play baseball, it was absolute heaven.
Well, that's cool.
That was just,
Yeah.
man. I can't believe you wrote that one down. That's great.
Yeah. Here's your other Instagram post. Hi, sexy Susan. I've been following you for a while, and I've been reaching out to you, but you haven't returned any of my text message or emails, and I sent you a lot of money and nothing yet.
Yeah, what's up with that? I get these girls who want to follow me all the time,
Nothing yet.
and they never get back to me.
Okay. go to a ball game. Uh, I think is a big deal. I mean, it was fun for me. I mean, I really enjoyed how much fun. What I enjoyed was how much the kids enjoyed it. So that was pretty cool. I think in all of these that we're talking about, the main thing that they all have in common is you have to carve out some time for yourself to decompress and find out what you like to do. Sometimes people think it's alcohol or drugs. Uh, I'm going into I wasn't going to go down this road of a PSA, but I think it has to be said that like even alcohol is a short term thing. It's not a great thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be preachy. What the hell are you laughing at? This is good information.
Because those are the ones that I gave in the beginning. That was supposed to be like a joke.
Well, I know,
I
but
I like that you're. I like where you're going with this, though. You're right.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, people will think. I mean, that in the end, that's a harmful habit. You know what I mean? What have you? So call Rob Johnson at 976-382. I'm kidding. But so anyhow, there's things that might look like they're helping the situation, but actually in the end make it much worse. So for especially for the drug things, you know,
Stay away from those drugs,
stay
kids.
away from drugs. Yes.
Yeah. Don't do
Even
drugs.
even smoking relaxes some people, but I'm not gonna, whatever. You want to smoke? If you want to smoke, go ahead and smoke. What the hell do
Light
I
them
care?
up.
Yeah.
Light them up. I
Um.
think I know where my next one is. My happy place. I always thought that was funny when Happy Gilmore said, "You got to go to your happy place." I think I know your happy place. I think out in a boat fishing is your
Yeah.
happy place.
Yeah. Yeah.
My happy place is lighting a fire back in my fire pit. There's just something about a crackling fire, stars at night, no phones, no talk, no, just
People running out of the house. It's such a rush, isn't it? Oh, okay. You're thinking the other way.
yes, I like building fires. I like setting stuff on fire. That's my happy place.
Isn't that the
Me,
truth?
me, Mr. Bona fire safety guy.
Yeah. I think that must be universal. There is absolutely something relaxing about a fire, and at night, and just watching the fire burn, hearing the crackling of a fire, and it's heaven. I agree with you. That now add a little bit of music to that, and maybe some s'mores or a hot dog over the
Okay.
over the. It don't get much better. I told you my
Well,
hot dog.
I also think about that when I'm grilling. A lot of people are like, "Are you a charcoal guy or a gas guy?" And you'll find guys who are just fight you to the end. I have no problem with anybody who uses gas, not at all. To me, I have the time now where I can just light my charcoal, give it time to, it's almost like building the fire and cooking over the fire type thing. Where before I was a gas guy, but I had 3 kids coming home from school and we need to get stuff on the table. Where now it's, cooking and grilling and smoking stuff slow all day type thing. That's just a real nice escape too.
Nice. And like I said, and no matter what it is, if that's your thing, if somebody's thing is golfing, whatever your thing is, I think you do have to just set that time aside. And I think you have to hold yourself accountable to it. Just like when, people don't take vacations because they don't schedule vacations. And I was bad about that. Like, oh, we didn't take any time off this year because we have so much going on. If I realize if I don't schedule it, just like I'm scheduling a job, I won't do it. So you owe it to yourself. We work so hard in this trade, in this business, to find out something for yourself. And with money being tight or whatever, was 3/4 of these things I talk about don't cost much. It doesn't cost much to go for a walk. It doesn't cost much to burn down somebody else's house. It costs very little to go to a baseball game or something like that. So I think that first of all, recognize that you're going through this is important. because for some people it's a perpetual thing. We get up every day, we feel burned out. We get up every day, we feel burned out.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
always burned out
yeah.
every day.
And
Yes.
don't beat yourself up over that. I didn't even have a responsibility of kids. I can't imagine also on top of everything I did running a business, having children. So good
Oh, it's
heavens.
easy. You just push all that off on your wife. It's simple. Just
Yeah, that's yeah. If she has burnout, you then give her the list of burnout things and mansplain it to her of why she's feeling burned out.
yeah. And here's how Pauline and I worked it, because I worked out of town, or because, I was a floor guy and the hours were crazy. So the way we worked it with the kids was I was in charge of sports and recreation. So if there was camping trips, practices, that's why I coached everything. So I had to be there. And then Pauline was in charge of education and religion.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yes, you
Mm.
see?
You wouldn't want to do those backwards.
Exactly. And sometimes people thought, geez, poor Emily Johnson, their parents must be divorced, because you always see Pauline, you never see her husband at the parent teacher conferences. Or like the first time somebody met my wife at one of Bum's hockey games, they're like, are you two together? We thought you were divorced. I was like, no, we got to cut and dry here. This is my thing. Sports and recreation. Pauline is education and religion. I did have a buddy of mine come up to me and said, how come I never see Rob? He said this to Pauline. He said, how come I never see Rob at these stupid parent teacher conferences? And she says, well, he does sports and recreation. I do education and religion. I see him a few days later at Dunkin' Donuts, and he's like, you are the most brilliant man I have ever met
Yeah.
in my life. He goes, I tried doing that. He goes, we're way beyond that. But if I had started it in the beginning like you, things would have been different.
Yep. Nice. It's all about organization.
Delegating.
Yes. Okay, Rob, that's all I have. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to it.
I think if you're going to take time off, you got to have time off from the electronics. Now,
Oh, yes.
I know I was there. Okay. It's tough to go on vacation and not pay attention to your phone. I know it. It's tough not to do it and not want to do emails or get back to people, whatever, So start small. If you're on vacation, during that vacation, take 3 hours where you're not going to do anything with your electronics. Give yourself a 3-hour break. I know you're going to have to start small. It's going to be impossible for a lot of guys to wean themselves off completely.
Was that impossible or impossible?
Is that what I said? Impossible?
Sounded like impossible.
Impossible. I don't think impossible is a word.
No, it's not. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
Impossible. So now you're making fun of my speech impediment. That's
no.
That's okay. I assaulted you over the years with it. So
yeah.
That's what I liked about snorkeling with the kids. 3 hours, snorkel in your mouth, no phones. The kids can't even chatter, right? It's just a lot of pointing and grunting. Thumbs up. Yep. Oh, look at that. Yes. Okay. Move on.
That's brilliant.
I know.
Thank
you.
That's a good one on social media. I actually forgot to say that. There was one more that I had too. Oh, depending on where you live, living in California can be stressful. Living in New York can be stressful. Living in big cities, just the nature of the logistics and traffic and noise. And I forget when I go back to California for work, how fast the pace is. You know what I mean? And it's certainly in New York City, the same thing. The pace is lightning fast, and there's stressors everywhere. So even that can cause stress. So finding something that works for you, and sometimes you should bring your spouse into this as well. They may be going through the same thing, and so and it also might help to actually get you to do it, to include somebody else. So, all right, Rob, you got anything else?
Prioritize. Not everything has to be done right away.
Yeah. When I first married my wife, and 10 years into our relationship or longer, I never knew her not to have a note going all the time. It was like 2 pages of notes of things that she needs to get done all the time with lines through them. And then there's more stuff on the list and more stuff on the list. And I go through that list and I go, Jude, I mean, is all this stuff important? Sure, Wayne's needs, things that
Let me circle the ones that you should
Yeah.
prioritize.
yes.
Yes.
But in all seriousness, and as she's gotten older, that she doesn't do that anymore, near to the extent, anyhow. And so good for her. All right, Rob, we got any more?
Delegate. Delegate some responsibilities. And I know you do that with your team really good. Presentations, things like that. I think that's great. Takes a little bit off of your plate, improves their game. Perfect.
Well, it only works for me if it improves their game. That's the second part of this. I don't want to delegate because I want someone else to do my work. But delegating that raises the whole team a lot of times. And absolutely, I'm a big believer in it, and it's something I had to learn to let go and allow to.
And I'm glad you said that you had to learn this, because we can just pop off all these great answers, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for guys to, like this next one here, leave work at work. It's a bag of bricks. Set it down. That's going to be tough for some guys.
There was a time that my work phone was in my spare bedroom when I first started in business, and that was a big mistake, because even if it's Saturday, if I said I wasn't going to work this Saturday, if I saw that light beeping, I'm gonna pick up that voicemail and find out who needed what, and I couldn't let it go. I couldn't walk past that room without checking to make sure I didn't leave any messages behind or whatever. So that's very important.
This one, I wrote practice self-compassion, and then in parentheses I wrote yuck. Like, yeah, that just sounds creepy. But I did follow it up with give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. I think, I know you. You're probably harder on yourself than you are anybody that you know.
Yeah. Self-compassion. Give yourself a break. Yeah, I've said that before too. Give yourself a break. As I've gotten older in the business, and I see it's easier for me to do to other people than it is for myself. Because when I see a floor guy going through it or whatever, or he's really kicking himself because it didn't turn out exactly the way he wanted to, and something went wrong or whatever. See, I want that for himself. I would say, like, man, you just so many good things on this job, man. Don't kill yourself over this.
Yeah.
But I know damn well I was the same way.
Yeah.
But it's easier for me to say it to somebody else than for me to actually do it. I'll be honest about that. Yeah. So.
I think sometimes when you're in this burnout situation, it's because you're in a rut.
Yeah.
You're in a rut where sometimes I think you need to just sit down and do some blue sky thinking. Really just sit, turn everything off, and think and come up with some ideas. And maybe some of those ideas can get you out of that rut type of a thing.
How many more do you have? Because I feel like I'm getting burned out now.
I know you hate it when I talk. I'm
not.
I know you hate it.
No, I don't.
Remember, we're trying to help people.
I know. Okay? I think it's important.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
The problem is I don't think I've ever had burnout. So
well, I sure have.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I'm a glasses half full. You're a glasses half empty.
You keep saying that, and I will continue to disagree with you.
Okay.
I am the most positive dude you ever met in your life. You go ahead and laugh. I am absolutely 100% positive.
That sounds like what I say to guys at the school. I'm the most humble freaking guy I've ever met in my life. All right, last one. This is it, and then I'll let you go. Remember what makes you happy and do it.
Yeah, well, like I said, well, going back to that baseball game. I mean, find out what does make you happy. I think is a really good idea. We get away from that, and even when we got into business because we love the business, and all of a sudden, we don't find joy in the business anymore. And I think that's smart to go find out. All right, what was it that I loved about this job, and let me get back to it. And for some people, they love the craftsmanship of doing like a radius board or something like that. And we don't do that anymore because it's white plank, and we're in a hurry, and I got bills to pay, and I got things to do, and blah blah blah. I think, and we've done this before at Highlander Hardwood Floors, is take one job. But you know what? We're gonna just take our time and just we haven't done a custom job in a long time. Let's take these scraps we got left over. Let's go out and do it. One time we did it for a lady, didn't have much money. She wasn't expecting it. She just wanted to sand and finish the floor, had urine stains everywhere. And we said, you know what? We went out and we talked about it. Let's just do a kick-ass floor here. Let's do something cool, and we won't even hardly charge you nothing for it. And then we got it out. We got our joy and satisfaction out of it, and then she got something that was beyond her wildest dreams, and that made us feel so much better. She was deserving of it. She was a sweet, nice old lady, and it kind of served a few things at the same time. So I think not a bad idea to find something that you enjoy. Remember what you loved about this craft when you started it. Don't let the craft beat you up. And there's a lot of challenges out there with labor shortage and stuff like that. So I think those things are important. And good call.
I'm impressed. That is a great idea. Now I'm sitting here thinking, I have this old woman that I remember Peter and I worked for. I wish I had done something like that.
Instead of
That's a great idea. I got to give you your props. You're going to get a belt. That's a good one, man. That's a real good one. You're right, because sometimes we just don't get the chance to do that kind of thing.
The nice thing about doing that is pick someone who would be the least suspecting, that could never afford a floor like that. And it doesn't have to be anything just off the charts, but something like will blow her mind or blow his mind when they walk in. They never thought in a million years they'd be able to own that floor.
Yeah.
And make it turn it into a training thing. And it's also put a lot of joy in your heart too as well. So good stuff.
All right, maybe you're not a glasses half empty guy.
Oh, I know I'm not. It doesn't matter what you think. I know I'm not. I don't worry about the opinions of sheep.
Is that this show? No, that was the last show.
I don't know. They're running together now. Maybe that was the last show. All right. Rob, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, buddy.
Yep, 100%. Hopefully maybe somebody got something out of this one that might help them in their career and add a few more years to their career too, and maybe a little bit more joy in their life, we hope. So there you go. This has been another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. Please stay tuned for another episode.